This week on Inside Boulder News, the City of Boulder's first recreational marijuana shop opens for business. The first phase of construction begins for the main library renovations and West Pearl Streetscape Improvements, and the Boulder Museum of Contemporary Art prepares for a unique fundraising event for flood relief. Welcome to Inside Boulder News. I'm Ashley Prill. The first recreational marijuana shop within city limits opened this week. Terrapin Care Station began in 2010 as a medical marijuana dispensary in South Boulder. In July, the business expanded, opening a second location on Folsom and Canyon. Now, Terrapin Care Station is serving both the recreational and medical markets.
They were one of the first ones to apply to the city for a new license when we started accepting them on January 3rd, and they were doing 100% conversion. That means that they are converting their entire business from medical marijuana to recreational marijuana.
Our experience with the city was very professional. We transferred both of our licenses for this store and a grow facility that's attached to it in about a 45-minute meeting at the licensing clerk's office. And it was contingent upon the state issuing the license, so the licenses became effective today, that day that the state issued our state recreational marijuana licenses.
The City of Boulder will continue to implement recreational marijuana licenses in stages. Existing medical marijuana businesses who would also like to sell recreational marijuana and expand their business can apply for a license through March 1st. Applications for new recreational marijuana business will be accepted starting June 1st. You can access documents and find more information about the recreational marijuana licensing process at bouldercolorado.gov/tax-license by clicking on the Recreational Marijuana Businesses tab. The first phase of West Pearl Streetscape Improvements is underway. Over the next 6 to 8 weeks, the sidewalk between 10th and 11th Streets on Pearl will be ripped out and replaced.
This is in order to bring the sidewalks into compliance with the American Disabilities Act, the ADA. Right now, that sidewalk has a slope to it, and that makes it to where it's not compliant with what ADA, what the federal government expects for wheelchairs and for people with disabilities. We'd really like to encourage people to come to the West End during the construction. Come and look and see the progress that's being made, look at the changes, visit your favorite restaurants, visit your favorite businesses. It's so important that we continue to support those businesses during the construction. These are our friends and our neighbors and our families that really could use the business, and would love to see you in their stores.
There will be 3 phases of streetscape improvements covering 7th Street to 11th Street on Pearl. Construction for all 3 phases will be done by fall. Besides sidewalk replacements, you can expect to see new pedestrian crossings, curb extensions, and tree replacements. The project is paid for by the 2011 voter-approved Capital Improvement Bond. To keep track of what's happening with the project, log on to westpearlupdates.com or boulderconezones.net. Construction on the main library renovations also began this week. The first phase concentrates on the new teen space on the 2nd floor and bridge renovations for cafe services. Library staff and community members attended a kickoff event this week and expressed excitement about reinventing this beloved Boulder location.
It'll be a bookend of my term on commission because I got to help start it and get to see the finish too, so that's terribly exciting.
So I'm really excited about the quality of the contractor that we have on board. The City of Boulder was really proactive to put together a nice short list of qualified contractors, so I feel confident. There's a lot of hard work that went into this, and it's fun to see something manifested more than just a rendering.
The first phase of construction will be done by April. Phase 2 begins on May 1st and will renovate the 2nd floor reference area, meeting rooms, and administration. For the timeline, project photos, and updates, log on to news.boulderlibrary.org. Thanks to Boulder's continued efforts in climate change and greenhouse gas reduction, the city has been selected as a finalist for a $30,000 grant from the World Wildlife Fund. Boulder is competing against 34 cities worldwide and is one of only 3 U.S. cities. If Boulder wins, the grant money will be used to fund a comprehensive analysis of solar capacity in the city.
After 10 years of working really hard on our climate program, one of the things that we learned was you can't conserve your way out of this problem. Conservation is extremely important, energy efficiency is really important, but we have to develop a large body of new fossil-free carbon energy sources. So building renewable energy is a critical part of this whole transition that our whole species has to be involved with. And Boulder requested funding to actually support our efforts to analyze how much additional renewable energy we can create from the rooftops and open spaces and other areas around Boulder. So it's a really exciting opportunity for us to take the next steps in finding out how much energy we could actually generate right here in Boulder.
Each year, the World Wildlife Fund organizes Earth Hour. For 1 hour on March 29th, millions of people across the world will turn off their lights for 1 hour to raise awareness about climate change. In addition to competing for the grant money, Boulder also has the opportunity to be named the 2014 Earth Hour City Capital.
So the challenge is based on votes, and the city with the most votes per capita wins the challenge. So there are a couple ways to cast votes. One is actually just going to the We Love Cities website and clicking vote. You can also submit a suggestion for how Boulder can become a more sustainable city via the website, or you can Instagram a photo from around Boulder and you just hashtag it with We Love Boulder, and that also counts as a vote. You can vote every 24 hours, but you can Instagram as many times as you want.
Votes and ideas may be submitted through March 20th. The winner of the Earth Hour City Capital will be announced on March 27th. On Friday, February 14th, the City of Boulder celebrated what organizers hope will be the first of many 1 Billion Rising Days. 1 Billion Rising is a global movement to end violence against women and girls.
The city cares for the health and safety of all its members of the community. And the exciting thing about celebrating or recognizing this event this year is that it's a proactive collaboration between CU, BVSD, and the city in order to promote that health and safety and inclusion, diversity. I think the beauty of this one this year is it's very intergenerational in that it's a day off for students, and so a lot of the events or activities have been really geared for kindergarten through 12th graders. And that's really unique and special because it's involving the next generation and building that understanding of global movements and also issues in our community.
I think campaigns can sort of spark conversations and get people thinking about an issue that maybe they don't often think about, but it's really the action that follows the campaign that's most important. 1 in 4 women and about 1 in 10 men experience violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. So it's something that is all around us. We continue, I think, as a community to struggle with feeling comfortable finding ways to talk about it with each other and most importantly with our children, and that's a critical piece to preventing violence in the future. We have a 24-hour crisis line and respond to about 8,500 calls from community members each year.
If you're in an abusive relationship or are worried about someone you know, you can call SPAN's 24-hour crisis and information hotline at 303-444-2424. You can also log on to safehousealliance.org to get information about support and services that provide healing, hope, and opportunity to adults, youth, and children who have been impacted by domestic or dating violence. The USA Cross Country Championships returned to Boulder on February 15th at the Flatirons Golf Course. It's the first time the race has been held here since 2007.
The folks at Flatirons were thrilled to bring it back. They had such a good time in 2007. They said, absolutely, we want to have it back here. And so it is a 2-year bid. We get it for 2014 and 2015. So they've been more than supportive in the process the last 6 months coming out here through measuring and set up and planning and all that kind of stuff. We really just want to focus on putting on a good race. Next year we want to go above and beyond that and make it really maybe like a week-long event.
To see the results of this year's race or to keep up with the latest details on next year's event, log on to boulderusacross.com. On February 24th, the Boulder Museum of Contemporary Art will host a special dinner to raise funds for flood relief. To promote healing after the September floods, the City of Boulder partnered with BMOCA and commissioned a series of public art projects. The Flood Project Dinner will feature a unique menu inspired by recipes and stories shared by the community. Tickets are available online at bmoca.org, and proceeds will support flood relief efforts by Foothills United Way. Thank you for watching Inside Boulder News. Stay in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter by submitting news, tips, and questions. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe.